Hi, this is Steph and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be talking about Philippine immigration interview questions and the requirements that you need to bring on the day of your travel. So for everybody's knowledge, merong dalawang immigration that you need to pass through. So number one is the Philippine immigration and second is yung place where you will be going. So in our case, it is the United Kingdom. So we went to the Philippine immigration and the second one is the UK immigration. But before that, guys, please consider watching the video that I made before about visa application going to the UK. So maraming relevant information doon that you need to know for your visa application and how to be approved fast, especially for those people working online, not the usual local employment. So you can watch that video. I'll put the link here. So I'll just make some disclaimers. So baka kasi different yung case nyo in our case. So my case is, it is a tourist visa or they call it a standard visitor visa. It is sponsored. My work is an online work, not the typical local employment. So baka kasi merong questions dito for those freelancers kung what are the processes ba and what are the questions being asked during the immigration na yung pumipila ka na sa immigration and the travel documents that you need to bring. So sa Philippine immigration, guys, what are the questions ba when we travel? So hindi naman siya madami actually. So if I can remember clearly, the first question is, anong gagawin sa UK? What will you do in the UK? So disclose the reason for your trip, but make sure that it is just brief and concise because the more talk, the more mistakes. So just make it brief and clear. So sinabi lang namin that, or sinabi ko that it is a business trip. I was invited by my client. So we will be going there for site visit, for trainings. So again, I think it will suffice not to say that you are going for a business trip. And then what is your relationship with the sponsor? So of course, the sponsor is my client. Tapos sabi pa nung girl or yung officer, immigration officer, client. So baka hindi siya sure anong client. So I explained that I am working online and I have this client or para siyang employer, but then again, it is not an employee-employee relationship kasi overseas siya. So I'm just basically like a contractor. So that's why we call it client. So again, parang na-clarify na siya doon that it is my boss in the UK. And then, how many days will you be staying in the UK? So it is important that you need to know yung travel dates mo. So in our case, it's November 7 to November 24th. So that was the date of the travel. And then, do you have the return tickets? So ito yung hinanap din. So that's why I said in the previous video, it is important that you secure your return tickets kasi hinahanap nila. So this is one of their assurance that you will be coming back to the Philippines at the end of your travel date. And then lastly, hinanapan ako ng invitation letter. So this is like a sponsorship letter that they will see kung ano ba yung mga reasons, how much is the amount being sponsored. So again, the details of the travel can be found there. So make sure that in your invitation letter, parang comprehensive siya. So again, invitation letter is coming from your client. This is signed by your client or your boss or the sponsor. So I explained in my previous video again the details of the invitation letter that we provided. So baka you might want to check it out. So ayun guys, nakalusot kami sa immigration. And actually kasama ko yung husband ko when we travel because sponsored din siya. So the same thing during the interview sa immigration, di ba pipila ka? Hindi na kami parang one by one. So kasama ko siya sa travel. So as one na yung interview namin. So thankfully, nakalusot kami sa immigration. After ng Philippine immigration, so travel na. So once you arrive in the United Kingdom, parang may security check pa. So bago kayo makalusot talaga. So ano yung questions naman sa UK immigration? Parang short lang din yata. So number one question is, how are you related to the sponsor? So again, I explained na client ko siya, so something like that. And then, where will you stay? So parang almost the same question lang tinanong. Where will you stay? How many days will you be visiting here in the UK? And then since kasama ko si husband, I was asked what will my husband do while I'll be visiting the site or the office. So sinabi namin, we disclosed also that my husband is working online, so he's a video editor. So might as well, while staying at the accommodation, mag-work din siya. So yun, hindi naman kami na-question. So that's it. I think yun lang yung mga questions na binato sa amin. And dapat guys, relax ka lang sumagot. And then, for as long as your application is parang valid, alam mo naman na wala kang illegal na ginagawa, then you should be confident that you will be approved. So ayun, na-approve kami, nakalusot. And then, we will discuss the requirements. So what are the requirements that you need to bring during your travel date? Of course, number 1, passport. A valid passport with yung, ano bang tawag dun? Yung nakatatak na parang UK entry. Yung nag-apply ka for the visa. So yun, they need to see it. So it should be valid. It should not be expired. Yung visa mo should not be expired the moment you traveled. And then, of course, boarding pass is important. Another one, again, I've always said this time and time again, the invitation letter. Make sure it is detailed, okay? And then return tickets. This is very important. Merong iba, hindi nila to sinisecure. But then in my mind, when I did my application, I think this is very important talaga. This is one of the greatest assurance na babalik ka. And again, sa mind ng mga immigration officer guys, ito yung parang first na kinoconsider nila. Babalik ka ba? Will you not be overstaying in that country? So return tickets is one way for them to be assured that you'll be coming back. And then, ano pa bang requirements? Bank statements. Or in my case, hindi na ako nag-present ng bank statements. I just made sure na parang meron akong ATM receipt. So parang nag-balance inquiry ako doon sa airport. So para lang, just in case, hanapan ako ng parang show money. So I can show them that ATM receipt na taken that day of the travel na, hey, may laman yung bank account ko. So parang ganun. Pero hindi naman kami hinanapan. Thankfully, hindi kami hinanapan nun. But just to be sure kasi guys, iba-iba yung immigration officer. Baka ano yun? Baka yung immigration officer na tumapat sa iyo is very strict. So hanapan ka nito. So just make sure lang na meron kang mga documents to support your application. So yun, ATM receipts or show money, so something like that. Ang iba nga guys, ginagawa daw ng immigration officer is parang yung online banking. So you can do the online banking to show that meron kang pera. So yun. Another thing na sinasabi nila to bring is the travel insurance. I do not have one. We do not have one when we went out of the country. So nag-pray lang ako na hindi sana hanapin yung travel insurance. Pero thankfully, hindi kami hinanapan ng immigration officer. And then one thing na sinecure din namin guys is ano pala, yung One Health card. Wait, meron akong ganon. I'll show you. Ito. Para siyang alternative of the vaccine certificate. So sa Bureau of Quarantine, they have different branches and offices around the country. So you can just avail of this. I forgot the price. I think it's 300 plus, guys. So you just avail of this one. Pumunta lang kayo sa website ng Bureau of Quarantine and then you register there para hindi na hassle when you go to the actual office, para for printing na lang siya agad-agad. And for biometrics or something. And kasi need niyang i-input yung details of your first vaccination, second vaccination, your booster, so ganon. So this is very important kasi merong mga officer na pag uwi nyo galing sa travel, hinahanap to. So this is one very important thing. DFA form. Once you go out of the country, you need to fill out the DFA form. Parang small slip lang siya na details of the travel, saan pupunta, reasons, so something like that. And then when you come back from the travel, so babalik ka na ng Philippines, you need to go to the website of, basta for health pass din siya. I'll just put the link below. So you need to register there. Kasi same thing, they need to track saan kayo galing, so something like that. So I'll just put the link below. I forgot the name, para siyang basta health din siya. Parang e-pass, parang security pass din siya for health reasons, COVID something. So that's it guys. But when you go to the UK, hindi naman masyadong strict na ang UK. So as I've said, different countries have different travel restrictions. But in our case, when we went to the UK, super lax na ng security ng UK when it comes to parang COVID restrictions. So they don't wear face mask anymore. Walang masyadong requirements. Like wala lang parang same sa atin na mayroon pang mga registration for health, something. Doon wala. So, dito lang sa Philippines, required yung One Health card, yung parang e-pass, so something like that. But when you go to the UK, super relaxed. So, no need to worry. So, what are my tips, guys, for this immigration thing and the travel thing? So, number one is get enough rest because UK trip is a very long trip. Para siyang in total, since we are still coming from the province, so we need to travel going to Manila. Then, meron pang mga layovers. So, in our case, layover to Hong Kong and then Hong Kong to London. So, super long. Parang 20 hours or more. It depends sa schedule. Baka putol-putol. So, please get enough rest. Kasi baka hindi ka makatulog na maayos sa airplane. And then, be early. So, it is advisable that you'll be in the airport parang 3 hours before your travel time. And then make sure to bring all the relevant documents, especially your passport. Please do not forget your passport. And then relax. During the interview, just relax para makasagot ka ng maayos, concise, clear. So, ganon. So, I've said make your answers short and clear para believable ka talaga sa immigration officer. And then, when you get passed through the immigration officers, just enjoy the UK. So, ganon lang. It's such a relief na nakapass na kami from that border yung sa immigration officer. So I hope you also experienced that. So good luck in your application, guys, for your UK trip. So I hope you learned a lot from this video. Please let me know if you still have questions, clarifications. I'll try my best to answer that one. So again, congrats in advance and enjoy your trip in the UK. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider hitting that notification bell, hitting that subscribe button and the like button, and then might as well share this video to your friends. That might be very helpful for them too. Thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye!